Actually, we realized our both of the roots are connected because my parents were from Punjab and my parents living in Punjab, and we have one connection in that. So we were when we talk and we discuss something, so we know each other what we're talking in that manner. So it was easy for us to understand and to work. Then we start looking at our past. Our parents also want us to go to abroad. Why they want us to go to abroad? Because it started in 1984 when the riots happened in Punjab. So then all the people start going abroad because they saw Punjab is not a secure state. So let's go to Canada, America, UK or Australia. But after 90s or that it got cured. I mean there was no militancy, it was purely secure thing, but they had now, but by that time every family has one person abroad. So now the rest of the family, they were still waiting to go to abroad. So then those people who are already grown up, so they are waiting for the dream for last 20 years to go abroad. So they are anyway not studying, they're not doing anything. So they're making their own problems in India. So that was, we started learning about these people and what are the routes they take, why they go, what reasons they go. So we start meeting those people. So we met around 200 people on this, and some of them are like our own relatives. Like we start getting into them and we know about them. So we said, okay, we are living with them actually. So we were also one of them earlier, because when our parents want us to think, okay, every second house has gone abroad, one son's abroad, so why don't you also go?
And it's kind of very weird. The entire society, they just live on a, maybe it's a fake dream, but it's kind of a belief which is, it's a serious career option. Like you want to be a doctor and he wants to go to Canada. So that's how it has been valued.
So we started observing those people in Punjab. They have their name plates: Canada return, Australia return, so UK return.
So it's like a degree. That's what I'm saying.
So it's like for them, it's like,
It's like,
okay, they
yeah.
achieved something in their life.
So if you actually talk in Punjab, it is when you talk to someone, he'll say, okay, let me introduce you. He was in Australia, he just came back. He can act good and he feels good about it. The entire family in the society, maybe the entire mohalla, that neighborhood feels proud that yes, we are living with someone who's been abroad. So here we made, one of the solution was to make a room about his own environment, but surely very exaggerated. You have wallpaper and the entire immersive environment. The moment you walk on it, you actually feel that you're somewhere in. It's very magical at the same time, but it does have a very serious connotations of people faking and have living their fake dreams. Another important aspect of our work was to document all those houses, which is done in that aesthetics which is nowhere existing in India, and that has become, ironically, that has become a very powerful aesthetics that everyone wants a house like that. And so there is a lot of in architectural blur, but there is a same time a lot of aspirations about Roman architecture, Greek. At the same time, they have roof which has been tapered, and they don't have any snow there. There was a reason to have that. So every architectural change has a meaning and a reason behind that, which is pointless in when you talk about in Indian context. It's not that we are not proud of its heritage or something, but it's kind of like those aesthetic values have been just picked up and planted there, which doesn't really work. So there is a lack of aesthetics in terms of, there is a lack of material, which has arrived to a situation where all those things are very self-created and kind of like, I want to do this, I want to do this. There is lack of education in both the things, in choosing the material. The market doesn't understand that.
And everyone has to prove that I am bigger than you.
Yeah, ostentatious. But it's kind of very surreal how you see the houses coming up, and everyone wants to go at least a feet or like 30 inches more than what he was. I mean, doesn't really, that 30 inches will never actually help him anyways, but he doesn't understand any rhythm or bylaws or something. He'll always believe that, okay, I can pay penalty and make more. I mean, he doesn't understand the meaning of bylaws, what it stands for. So we started painting a lot of houses in front of our houses and made sculptures out of it. A lot of balconies and a lot of people. So basically, since house is a big thing in India, when you don't have a house in your career, in your life, that means you've not achieved anything. They don't understand the meaning of rent, or they'll feel scared when they are paying rent because they see that I could have actually made this house in this kind of money. So the land and the values of having a family living in one thing, in one land, is a lot. Maybe it is an issue of where we feel very secure in terms of the family, and we feel very proud when we are connected to the entire our fathers and mothers and our relatives. So the notion of joint family, which is very less outside, is really, it really dominates the world in India.